really found that it was easier when you first start, because you know when you first start to do the twirl or the weave, right? So when you first start to do it, you might be like, and don't forget how good you got already, because you remember when you first tried to do it and it was all like that, and you was hitting yourself in the head. So don't forget how far you come and how smooth you are, all right? But you remember when, let me see if I can even do the, it's hard for me to even do the weave one way. Okay, the one-way weave. All right, and then you learn how to do it both ways. So it's the 3-bead weave. Or you could be like, this depends on which one's on top, but if you rotate it, then it's the 3-bead. All right, so as I started to learn behind my back, I had a behind my back 1-beat weave. And you try to do it the other way, but it ends up being like the same way. Kind of, I don't know. It's about like the way you lean, the way you tend to want to. Okay, so, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, hold up. So if I'm doing a 3-bead weave in front of me, I should be doing the 3-bead weave behind me, right? To actually be behind my back for real. Okay. And it gets a little more difficult because you're not coming right out from behind it. Like you could do one and come right out from behind it fairly easy. I mean, it wasn't that difficult for me to learn. It is pretty difficult, but I mean, you could come out of that pretty smooth, and then you could really do it both ways and come out of it pretty smooth. But then to try to do the whole thing and come back out of that smooth, or to keep doing it, or just to be able to keep doing it, and to actually have it left over right, over back and forth, like an actual 3-bead weave behind your back. So that's what I'm working on now. That's about where I'm at with it. Other than that, I got those. I got those going all right. That, once you really get those, it allows you to turn with it. And of course, like the basic stuff. And then I'm really trying to work on that thing now too, whatever that thing's called. Yeah, I'm starting to get that though. I'm not gonna really tell you my thoughts on that one. I'll let you try it 10,000 times, and then once you finally get it, I still don't really have it, so good luck with that one. And I see people are like, hey, can I see your port? I'm like, all right, and they're like, and then they got it, I mean, they just got it whirling. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna get there. Maybe that's not really a big deal, that move. And I just think it is. I'm also struggling with like how you could be going different directions and then I'm trying to figure out without a stall, like some kind of trick interchange where I turn halfway with one of them or something to end up making them go the same way. So it's so much more advanced than like people think when you start to really try to unravel this little basic stuff in your mind of which way the thing's turning and which way you're spinning and all of this. It gets a lot more complicated than you might think, than one might think. Just watching it or whatever, I don't know. Yeah, it gets very confusing sometimes which way the poise going. And then like this, I mean, I understand stalls. Like, I'm trying to work with that, and I'm sure I'll get better with that. But there's got to be some kind of interchange without having to like twist one. I mean, you can end up going the same direction. So it's like, cause you got the same direction type of things, and then you got the different direction type of things. To try to intertwine them without doing a stall and actually changing directions of one of them, it's kind of like a little trick that I want to try to weave into my style, to just be doing both of those without having to really do an interchange or a stall, go back the other way. Just like it just happens because I turned, with one of them like halfway turned and like left the other one or something. I don't know. I'm gonna figure one out though. I'm gonna figure out something, where you can just like turn with one. It's a fun thing. I love doing this stuff.